Hello listeners, this is Lee Price.
This is Will Ford from Football 365.
And you're listening smartly to At the Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast, although I would describe it as the Chelsea FC podcast.
Magical from Eden Hazard.
Mata into a trap pass! What about that? Ivanovic!
In the middle, it's just behind him, but it's intercepted by Hughes. Matic with the ball driver. Matic takes the net off.
Palmer, João Pedro, it's three, and Chelsea are running away with the FIFA Club World Cup final.
Hat-trick hero, Cole Palmer wins an epic, sensational game.
It's time for another episode of At the Bridge Pod, your number one Chelsea FC podcast. Coming up on this episode,
the fixture list is out and it's time to overreact to 38 games. Oh, welcome back everyone to another episode of At the Bridge Pod. I'm your host Mike and I'm joined in a virtual room roaring with lions. It is the Mikey and Chris Monday show on a Monday featuring back for his second appearance. It's Tom. People loved you, Tom. They genuinely did comments, Instagram DMs I got. People loved your contribution, so we brought you back.
Wow, thank you for having me, and thank you everyone for your lovely comments. Honestly, they were very well received. It was great.
Oh, see, Chris, he's not Buenanotte, who you bring in, you think, I don't know what we've done this for, and he's straight back to Leeds. He's off to Leeds. No, we're proper player.
Well,
Chris,
to be fair, I listened to that pod, and you was really good, Tom. It was a fantastic debut from yourself.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Absolute legendary. You know what? I'm not doing moments of the weekend. Doing moments of the World Cup so far whilst it's on. What moments of the World Cup? What moments since Thursday's show? Come on, there's been some fun games.
Well, it has to be Cape Verde, surely. That game against was Uruguay, wasn't it? That they drew 2-2 with.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys see the interview with the guy in the BBC? And
no.
They were doing it during the game, and they scored the second goal, and it all just goes mental. Well worth watching if you haven't seen it.
Oh, fair play.
I haven't seen it.
No, I did catch up on all the games. Well, obviously the ones that were in the AM this morning when I got back from, because obviously it's boiling hot over here. So doing my runs in the morning. But yeah, it's always great. It's always really, really good to wake up and see what you've missed. It's a shame we can't watch it live. I mean, we can. We just choose not to because of sleep. Chris, have you had any particular moments you've seen?
I'm not even sure that I've watched a game since Thursday. To be honest.
Chris, call yourself a football fan. Where's this World Cup fever? Where's the spirit?
I'm busy, mate. You know,
you're testing negative for World Cup fever. It's just crazy. How have you avoided it?
I've been busy. I don't know what you want. You know, unfortunately, life doesn't stop because the World Cup's on.
Yes,
and
it does.
With it being on at like 5-6 o'clock in the evening, I'm normally out then, so it doesn't really help me.
Just oh my word! You know what? I'm going to Group D because it was a game between Turkey and Paraguay, and I've got to rock it. I've got to rock this.
After review, number 10, Paraguay, cover his mouth. Decision is red card.
Love it.
Oh my word! I mean, we all know the rules ahead of the tournament. It's a red card if you cover your mouth in a confrontational moment. So Gyökeres is safe if he scores and does his celebration. And we do know that Almiron didn't say anything offensive during this moment. But my word, what a snitch Mert Mulder is! He didn't even let Almiron speak before flying over to the ref, calling for a red. Oh my word, Mulder might not believe in aliens, but he definitely believed that was a red card. Chris, you were. You had an opinion on the look. We can't.
It's absolutely fucking ridiculous.
We know why it's there because of that absolute dickhead for Benfica who did what he did. It's when you see it play out, it's still surreal to see it. I loved how the animated the referee was. I love. You'll never.
That's the highlight of that.
That's the best part. It's absolutely
the ref
brilliant.
took that really seriously.
It's his big moment on stage.
Decision is red card.
big moment. That could be a new sound.
Absolutely ridiculous. That to send a player off and ruin a game because he covered his mouth.
But it's the rule. I know what you mean, but it's the rule.
Absolutely fucking stupid.
It is the rule.
I know. Oh, why is it a rule? Why?
I explained it's because of Prestiani.
Yeah. We know about that incident, but that's how often does that happen?
Well, that's the thing. If you've got an issue, I think right into IFAB, FIFA. They will not respond to you, but at least you've put your point out. You've put your point there. And also,
all the problems in football, that wasn't one of them.
Another moment, I've got to go Dutch versus the Swedes, because Anthony Elanga did the gorgeous.
Oh, what a touch. That is beautiful.
Honestly, that gorgeous back heel nutmeg on Mickey van der Ven. I made such noises seeing that. I thought it was beautiful. Amazing.
5-1, really.
Yeah, it was a great game. As someone that picked, he had his moment. As someone that's picked Netherlands to win it all, I was happy to see a 5-1. But considering how I'm hoping that it wasn't just Swedish shit. I'm hoping
that is what
it could be. There is a risk that is the case. Shevva shoutouts. I have got Dreamweaver, who said, "What a superb episode of all the having such football knowledge. Well done, guys." Yeah, I thought the quiz went really well, actually. There was some.
That was mental. I listened to it the other day and I was like, I cannot compete with this level of knowledge. Chris's
knowledge. If it's Italia 90s, he's the greatest. But he pulled out Roger Miller.
I'm still fuming about being one World Cup out on that answer, to be honest.
Yeah, you pulled out Roger Miller, which I thought that was because it's so famous because he broke the oldest player to score a goal. I think he was 40 and so many days, which Cristiano Ronaldo's probably thinking, I'm going to do this. It's like, you're not. And Patrick, been a Chelsea fan for about 30 years now, and my dream is to watch them play at Stamford Bridge. It's a bit hard to get to the games with family and work and living in Australia. I love the show, and when you get all the lads on at once. Question, do you think that João Pedro and Palmer missing out on the World Cup is the best outcome for Chelsea? And as much as I want Chelsea players to do well, will that help Xabi and not hinder them coming into the next season? And then he adds, any Aussies you'd want at Chelsea? I'll touch on that in a minute. What do we think? João Pedro and Palmer missing out on the World Cup, is that the best thing that could have happened?
Before I answer that question, I found that was so funny that it's quite difficult to get to games because of family and work and kids. Oh, and I live in Australia.
Yeah,
living on the other side, I would have opened with that.
Yeah, you could have. Yeah, it's just minor inconvenience.
Yeah, don't blame your family.
I think
I do think it's a benefit. Palmer and João Pedro having a rest. Of course it is. They're going to be fresher than they would have been if they was at the World Cup. So that also gives Xabi Alonso some time to work with them closer before the whole World Cup players come back and we get properly into it. But, it's fine margins. It could make a difference. It could make no difference whatsoever. It's one of them. It's not gonna be a negative. Let's put it that way.
No, I mean, obviously at the moment, Cole's obviously focusing on cold, which is his electrolyte ice. I think that's an amazing venture for him. We are big fans over here at the Bridge Pod. Chris did pre-order. He couldn't wait to get hold of it, as someone sent me an Instagram DM with it, and he was like, "Let Chris know what he thinks of it."
Honestly,
it's so good. He has his own brand of ice. Why?
So stupid.
Oh, Tom, what do you think of João Pedro and Palmer missing out?
Well, yeah, completely agree. It's good that they've got a summer off. As long as there's no more Madonna videos, we should be okay.
That's even better.
But, I think in particular for Cole Palmer, he's played 3 years without stopping. Ever since he won the under-21s tournament with England, he's pretty much been playing since that point. João Pedro less so, because he was a bit part player for Brighton last season, not last season, season 4 last, and obviously a main player for us. So as long as they don't do anything stupid and they just keep fit and keep at it, I think it's only a positive thing.
Yeah, for certain. I will mention about the Australian players that I'd want at Chelsea. If you'd have asked me this a year ago, to the day, I'd have said Ellie Carpenter. But we secured that signature, so that's awesome. I do actually really I like a lad. Well, he's a top dude, this guy is. He's called Jackson Irvine, he's the captain for St. Pauli in Germany. And he seems such a solid dude. Like, he's really intelligent. And he's such a charming man. He's rocking the man bun. He's got a fantastic moustache. And he was, yeah. I found myself watching some of his press conferences. And I think he could be a top manager. I'm going to play this clip because it just made me laugh.
Just how's Matt Leckie doing? We saw him sort of hobble off and he's had such a rough run.
Oh, don't make me do it again. I did it to him 4 years ago. Don't make me say it. I'm not a doctor, mate.
He just comes across as such a nice guy. I really like. I know I think he's in his 30s now, so the chances of him signing for us are slim to none. But I like him.
Well, that and the fact that he's awful.
Oh.
He might be a really nice fella, but that is not a reason to sign someone, Mikey. I'm glad you're not on the board.
Listeners, Australian listeners, Jackson Irvine to Chelsea, what do you think? Just tell me I'm right and Chris is wrong. Any particular Australian player you can think of, guys, that you think, yeah, he'd do a job?
Well, considering the forwards that we had at some point last year, I'll take Tim Cahill right now. But,
I love that. Read his memoir recently. He's a great guy. Love him. My word, what a man. Oh, anyone for you, Chris?
No.
Jackson Irvine. Yeah, I love it. I'm fully in agreement with that. Thank you for your reviews, your comments, your support, everything you throw into those Spotify comments. If you want yours potentially read out on the next one, head over there, drop one in the comments, and yeah, it might be read out on the next one. With that, let's hit some news. Oh, 3 interesting stories on this charcuterie board. We'll roll. I miss doing this. We roll out the good old transferometer. Where is it? There it is. It's not the best. It's Leeds United are said to be showing firm interest in Philip Jorgensen. Now, for me, I think that's a 2. I think that's around monitoring the situation. It's not quite level 3, which is concrete interest. Somewhere in between. Will it happen? Don't know. We've already got Sanchez and Penders. You going to miss him, Chris?
No.
Okay. Tom, what do you think of Jorgensen? Just curious.
Is he good enough to take us to the next level? Is he good enough to challenge for a number 1 goalkeeper spot for a team that wants to be in the Champions League? No,
no.
For Leeds United, they signed their new goalkeeper last year, and then Carl Darlow started playing in goal.
Wow.
They are in the market for a new goalkeeper, and for that kind of level, it might be if the guy plays.
I agree.
If the guy plays every game, we look at the kiddie we sent to Bournemouth. He's a good player, Petrovic, but he was never going to be at our level. Sometimes it's just there are levels, and players go to those levels. So someone like he's a good enough goalkeeper to play in the Premier League, but is he a good enough goalkeeper for us right now?
No, that's fair. Women's team, former Barcelona forward, because she is going to be a former Barcelona forward when her contract fully expires soon. Salma Paralluelo has rejected an offer from us, apparently, according to multiple sources. We would not engage with the salary demands of the player, which exceed $1 million per year. It's obviously, if she had have signed this, it would have put her in the top 3 bracket amongst highest paid players in the women's game. That's below Trinity Rodman, and I think in and around where Bunny Shaw's salary is. This is actually a tough one for me because on the one hand, I really rate Salma. I do. She's an absolutely exciting player and one of the most talented attackers in the women's game. But it's a huge statement as well to bring in a Barcelona player. I've seen some fans get understandably irritated that we haven't done the deal. I think my point of view might calm those listening. I think my concern would be the fit. She operates on that left side. We've already got Alyssa Thompson there. And would I move Thompson or Salma, because one of the two have got to do that, out of the strongest position to accommodate the signing? No. When you're talking about the elite players, we say this about whether it's the men's team, the women's team, you play your players in their proper positions. I want them to make an impact. I don't want to shoehorn them both into a team and get not got the full impact.
Is there much of a difference between playing on the right and playing on the left, though?
Well, it depends on your weaker foot. Because obviously, if your aim of the game is to cut inside and you're less confident on your, say, left foot than your right,
don't cut inside.
I know, but that takes away from their game. That's what I'm getting at.
Does it though? But I mean, to be fair, Thompson's biggest asset is her pace, so she probably would be better playing on the right-hand side anyway, where she can just use her pace to beat players and get crosses into the box.
Yeah,
I actually think sometimes when you put players whose main attribute is pace and you put them on the alternative side, you're actually taking away from their game, because although they'll be fast enough to get away, they have to cut back at some point. Well, that gives the defender the time to recover. So the pace isn't an issue. I'd rather play them on the proper side. To be honest, I think all of this now has just gone a bit too far about why players can only play on one side now, like Pedro Neto when he was crying about it when he was told go and play on the left. He was like, don't play on the left, I'm going to stay on the right anyway. What do you mean you don't play on the left? You're a winger. Play on either side, mate. It doesn't matter. You just adapt your game slightly differently depending on what side you're on. Fucking hell. A winger's a winger.
There is the fine. Go on, Tom. Go on.
I was going to say, if you're a professional footballer, you should be able to use both feet.
Absolutely.
It's very rare that you get an Iron Robin these days. And that's a very, very special kind of player. So with this Salma, she's 22. She's already achieved so much at a young age with Barcelona and obviously with the Spain national team. Like, it would be a great coup, but she's playing the field. Like, everyone knows she's out of contract. It's obviously Barcelona are not in the great place financially. So, it could still happen. It could be that she's still a Barcelona player. Who knows? But it's still exciting to be linked with such a player.
Yeah, the financial side of it, I mean, it's a huge salary. It has to make sense strategically. I think we need a right winger. That's rather than a left-sided attacker. I think that's obvious because obviously we have no idea. We've got Canarid and we don't know. And one thing to calm listeners who wanted Salma, notice her goal scoring numbers have dipped since her incredible 34-goal season in 23-24. Since then, 13 in 31 and then 12 in 34 last season. Respectable numbers. However, Barcelona, outstanding side, you have to acknowledge the environment that those numbers are being produced in. The Women's Liga F isn't remotely as competitive from top to bottom as the WSL. Barcelona dominate that league to such an extent that I think it's pointless to make a comparison. Next season, if I say to you who's winning the Women's La Liga, no one's going to go, I think Real Madrid have got a chance. No, they haven't. Barcelona. It's Barcelona.
Yeah,
we've got to be careful. We've got to be sensible. And finally, Chelsea and Man City, they've agreed a €20 million financial settlement. It makes Maresca the third highest, most expensive manager to be transferred, paid out, whatever. It obviously sees Man City will appoint the Italian. More interesting part of this story, I think, was from The Guardian a few days ago, saying that Chelsea sources have indicated that they have sufficient evidence to report City to the Premier League for making an illegal approach to Maresca. They have no plans to do so. They're continuing to negotiate at the time. Obviously, that was written. I think that was very much pay us the money and we will keep quiet.
I mean, would it be unlike Man City to have charges brought against them?
I think it's a mixture of you pay us because you did help, you contributed to tanking our season, and also, would we ever go for it and report them? You've got to be careful because you don't want to nuke a relationship with a club.
That's true.
You never know. We might be doing deals with them. You just don't know. So you have to look at it that way. I think for me, with Maresca, he's just got no class about him. There's no respect. He's got no respect for any of our Chelsea squad. And
they won the Conference League, mate. So you got to respect.
I see your point. The squad were the reason we won 2 trophies during his time at the club. He contributed. However, when they outpoured and cried, going, it's like, think about it here. Maresca doesn't care about you. He was doing already. Look, if you look across the road, Crystal Palace, they had Oliver Glasner. He was well known. He had issues with that board. It was so clear, but he stayed to the end of the season. He won Palace a trophy again. Another trophy, and he left with his head, I'd say, held high. Maresca just threw a tantrum like a toddler. He walked out. He didn't say goodbye. He didn't say a goodbye to a single player. If Man City want that, if that's who you want as your personality to lead you into a new era, okay, I wouldn't, because he doesn't care, and that's why I say when I think it might have been you, Chris, who was, about all the players outpouring their respect and love, and I'm like, you're doing it. I don't think he cared about you. I don't think he.
In fairness,
you wouldn't act like that.
Yeah, I mean that annoyed me at the time because of how shit we was playing. What I don't understand is all these players coming out after he's got the sack or left and gone, oh, we really loved playing for him. Did you? Because you're losing every week.
Yeah.
They couldn't have loved it that much.
It's what do you think, Tom, about Maresca and to City and all this?
Well, it's nice for us to get paid for a manager for a change.
That is true.
Oh yeah,
there's a first time for everything. To be fair, like I don't really care.
Fair play.
It's I wasn't a Maresca fan, particularly. I didn't like how he left. I don't want to say anything too bad, but I don't particularly see that it's going to work amazingly at City. But who am I to say? But it's just got to move on. Got to move on, get the money, beat them both legs this year, home and away, and then it's all good.
It's crazy.
What I think it's going to be funny is he could have sort of, the Arne Slot sort of effect. And he could walk into that City team and win the league next year just because of the squad. And then everyone, all those Maresca lovers who are still hanging about will be like, oh, see, we got rid of a world-class manager. And then the season after, when they finish fourth, will be like, oh, no, he is actually shit. Yeah.
When he's actually coached them.
Yeah, that's it. Because
that's the thing, isn't it?
I don't think you can judge him off. If they're successful this year, I don't think you can categorically say that's down to him until he's done it the year after, because Arne Slot is walking evidence that
absolutely
you can walk into a good squad and win the league, and then as soon as you actually coach them, they go shit.
Yeah, it's crazy that we spent 10 million to bring him in, and we've made 10 million profit. I can't believe
it. Xabi Alonso for nothing.
That's an amazing deal. I'm unhappy. I have seen some accounts on Twitter start going, we could have had everything and we get. It's like, mate, he started talking to City. He started talking to City.
I hope them fans follow him to City.
I just don't get the point. He was clearly what do you want? I said this back when it all fell apart. What do you want the club to do? I will criticize the ownership when I have a right to. I can't criticize him in this. The man wanted.
It's actually one thing that they've done right.
What's he meant to do?
Absolutely.
No, we're going to have you to the end of the season, and then you're still going to F off to Manchester, and we're going to be left without a manager. We've got to do the search all over again. They were screwed. They had to make a decision. It was just the next decision with Liam wasn't the best. That's the problem. That's what you criticise, not the original firing. Oh, my word. Right. Middle of June it is now. Very warm here. We're all moaning, and it can only mean one thing. We've got the Premier League fixture list. It's dropped. Just like last year, we're going to do what every sensible football fan does when 38 dates are released on a piece of paper. Just overreact to them. To which some people said, my word, message going, I don't get, why are you overreacting? That's an overreaction to over. It's like, that's the point. It's whatever. Anyway, we're breaking it down like the entire 26-27 schedule. Let's have a look what's nightmarish. Maybe some games that could define the season. Maybe where the title charge begins. Maybe where it falls apart. So we do know a few things for certain. Chelsea will play 38 Premier League games, every team home and away. And by the end of May, one club is going to be crowned champions of the Premier League. So the opening 5 league games before the international break. And for the second season running, we don't leave London. We've got Fulham away, Brighton at home, Arsenal away, Hull at home, Brentford away. I think that's pretty nice. I don't know what you think. I think that's all right. We said this last year.
I saw that it went out on social media that we don't leave London, but Brighton is not in London.
Yeah, but we're at home.
Are we?
Yeah. We're at Fulham away. Brighton have to come to the bridge. That's why.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, they have to come to it. You can't change it now. Supercomputers decided. Yeah, we're at home.
Those first 5 fixtures aren't too bad. Arsenal away, third game in, isn't ideal.
Really? I think I like that because you don't know what Arsenal are going to look like. You have no idea.
But at the same time, it's one of them where it's like, depending on who we sign, excitement going into the season could build. We could quite easily win those first 2 games and the excitement's there. But then you go away to Arsenal, lose 3-0, and everyone goes, oh, no, we are still shit. No point. And all the negativity comes back again that we're not all of a sudden, better than Arsenal, who have built for 8 years. That's the issue.
Fulham have got a new manager. Brighton are they've lost Jan-Paul van Heck. And I think when you go to play teaser. When you play the reigning champions, I would rather do it early because they could come flying out. They could be like Liverpool last season. I don't mind it. No, there's no form there. And I think opening stretch with Hull at home, Brentford away, on paper, I think that gives you an opportunity to build that momentum. So I think 10 points from 15. I'm really hyped for how many points, Tom, do you think we should be aiming for? I think that's a better question from the opening 5.
From the opening 5. Well, first of all, Fulham away on the Monday of the Premier League side is a real I like it on the weekend. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
We should be getting all 3 points there. I know they've got a new manager. He's used to managing, Real Madrid players. So,
Crazy
it's mad.
Yeah.
Brighton at home, you just don't know what you're going to get with Brighton. They are one of the biggest purple patch teams in the Premier League. They'll win a load of games and then they'll lose a load of games. The thing I hate is the game that I'm really worried about is Hull at home.
I can see that.
Like, I could see us going away to Arsenal, getting like a 1-1 draw, and it's like everything's great. And then we lose 1-0 to Hull in the last minute, just because that is Chelsea. I would love to see 11, 12 points out of those first couple of games, after those first 5 games. But it's going to take the players, at least... I'd put this to Chris. How many games would it take them to adapt to the potential new style of football they're going to be playing with Xabi Alonso?
Well, it's one of them, isn't it? Where it could just click straight away. I think everyone assumes that players need time to adapt, but if it's a manager who's coming in whose system is actually better suited to the players, then it clicks straight away because you're getting better out of them. I think the only time it takes a bedding in period is if it's something that they've got to learn that they're not automatically already good at. So I think if he goes with the back 3 system that we're all expected him to, I think our players will take to that really quickly. I don't think there'll be much of an adapting period to that because I think that suits the players' strengths better anyway. So I think he'll just play into that. I would say out of those first, I think you've got to be looking at 10 points in there.
Yeah.
I think you're looking at 3 wins, a draw and a loss.
I didn't feel like I was going above and beyond to say it. I mean, well, fast forward to Christmas, I'll be putting the decks up and I'll be convinced that I've got a Valentin Barco shirt waiting under my tree. That's what I want. I want that. Look, how are we going to navigate Christmas? Well, we've got Palace at home, we've got Liverpool at home, we've got City away, Villa at home, Coventry away, Ipswich away, Newcastle at home. So, being honest, Liverpool, City and Villa in the same month is brutal. I think that's 3 of last season's top 5. So that could change everything heading into the festive season. But then you look how it finishes. You've got Coventry away on Boxing Day, Ipswich away before New Year, which I think compared to some Christmas schedules we've had over the years, that's a bit of a gift. I think, of course, Chelsea football has a funny way, doesn't it, of making us miserable while we're tucking into our turkey. So if we have ambitions of qualifying for Europe, because we must, there's no minimum, we must. And maybe we're dreaming of a title race. I don't know. You got to cash in there. 6 points from Coventry and Ipswich. It's bare minimum 6 points. While Liverpool, City, Villa, they're going to be... It's not going to be awful because they're going to be juggling the Champions League. So you've got to take advantage of that. So I'll pose this question. Christmas time, will it be 3 points or are we going to whine? How many do you think we're going to get from this festive run? What are we thinking?
It's tough because I think all of the home games are tough games.
Yeah.
Palace at home is never easy because even though they're going to have a new manager as well, they have a difficult team, Palace, no matter who's in charge, it seems, or who they've got. Liverpool at home, Villa at home, Newcastle at home, all of those home games are tough. And then you look at the away games and it doesn't balance out because Man City away is about as hard as it gets. And then Coventry and Ipswich, although those teams aren't great, away from home and over the Christmas period where the atmosphere is going to be really good, again, just make them more difficult games than they probably should be. I think that's hard. I would look at maybe 3, 4, 5, maybe 11 points.
Wow. Okay.
I would say anything between 9 and 12 points would be a good festive period.
I look at this and go, we'll beat Palace, we'll beat Liverpool, we'll lose to City, beat Villa, then lose to Coventry and lose to Ipswich. You'll get that hype. You'll be like, we're knocking these big teams. Because again, big teams, we always do well against big teams because of how they play. True. And then when you play the teams that are going to be down the bottom half of the table, because Coventry and Ipswich could do a Sunderland. They won't, but they could. They still could. The thing is, we always seem to look. Was it Ipswich? If I'm thinking right, they did the double over us when they went down. Yeah. There you go. Does that make sense? No, they did the double over us. So, what do you think? What do you think, Tom?
So, I'm looking at that Coventry game, and all I'm seeing is Frank Lampard on Boxing Day, and it makes me very anxious. Just because Boxing Day throws up weird results. It throws up some really, really strange results. I remember years ago, I think I went up to Chelsea Fulham. It was a Boxing Day, and it was like a 2-2 or a 3-3. And it just was the most mental game. But, you know, you can only do as much kind of forecasting as you can, really. Crystal Palace, I'd expect to win at home. We don't know what we're going to get from Liverpool. We have no idea how they're going to react. So I'd take a draw there. Any points at Man City away is a win. And then really, you know, we've got a good record against Villa. And if we're going to have any hope of improving and getting to our objectives of at least getting into the Champions League, we have to beat the likes of Coventry and Ipswich. It has to go back to the old days when it was, you know, we used to win 4-1 all the time against those kind of levels of teams. And yeah, that's so. I'm hopeful. I'm hoping it's better than previous Christmases.
I think only having the one game a week during that period is really important. Not having to juggle midweek European games is going to be massive during that period. There's just a lot of unknowns there because we don't know what Palace are going to be like with a new manager. You don't know what Liverpool are going to be like. I mean, we could look at that game now and think, oh, you know, maybe a draw, maybe a win, but they could be top. Or they could be 8th. And then you think, well, actually, I'm accepting nothing less than a win now. And it's the same with Man City. I look at Man City away and think, oh, that's hard. So you probably just chalk that off as a loss and move on. But this is Maresca's Man City.
We don't know. I love this. We don't know. They could be. I'll correct myself. Ipswich did not do the double over us. They drew 2-2 at the Bridge. But they still beat us 2-0 at, you know, at Portman Road. I still don't like when I go to, I just checked when Southampton, they were awful. They were bottom, and yet they beat us 2-1 at their place, and we lost 1-0 at the Bridge. My word, how did Graham Potter? Thank you so much for that. Thank you. So how did you give them 6 points? Just why? Oh my word. Yeah, the Christmas bit. At least we got Boxing Day games this year. That's nice. Yeah, everyone's happy again.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think points wise, I think Coventry or Ipswich, we're going to drop points. It just seems to be the way. And Everton, City, Liverpool, Champions League, you'd see who they've got, because obviously they're going to be fighting in Europe, and that's going to be a lot more priority than, Chelsea. Because, yeah, we're probably going to be seen as an underdog a lot this season. That's probably why we're on the Monday night slot for Fulham. That's Man United's slot last season, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because no one cared about them. So, right, business end of the season. Final 6 league fixtures. We've got City at home, Liverpool away, Spurs away, Everton at home, Bournemouth away, Brentford at home. I absolutely love the fact we've got Brentford at the Bridge on the final day where we'll be lifting that Premier League trophy. I think that is absolutely perfect. I don't want to lift it away from home. I want it at home. And you've got to do a Lampardiism and say, let's be serious for a second. That's a brutal run-in. That's not fun. I don't like that.
I don't mind the last three.
Yeah, those are nice. City, Liverpool,
the three
Spurs.
before that, though. Fucking hell, that's tough. That. City
word.
At home. Like, if we're assuming City are still going to be good and Maresca isn't going to have coached them yet, then that's a tough game.
They've got 9 months under his leadership, so it's possible they might be bad.
Our record at Anfield is fucking awful.
It ain't great. Pretty much. I'll have to look at.
I mean, Spurs away, we'll probably win that because it's Spurs.
I tell you what, they're signing players who I don't like the fact that they're signing, because they're
but again,
on paper
Spurs have done this before, signed a load of players, and everyone goes, "Oh, they've made really good signings." Where they finished 12th. Oh, yeah, okay. Because they're still Spurs players. It's something when you put that top on.
What do you think, Tom, of those final 6?
I think it's actually not too bad. Because we're playing teams. Well, there's 3 teams there that are likely not going to be playing for anything at that point. Teams that I don't want to be playing are anyone who's in that bottom 4, because they're all going to be fighting for their lives. I can't imagine that Everton, Bournemouth, or Brentford are going to be down there. So, like to think, I hate the phrase, but I like to think they're on the beach, and they're kind of cruising. Tottenham. We have to beat Tottenham. I've always got an asterisk. I've got it printed out in front of me on my paper, and I've got an asterisk next to Tottenham. And just this season is going to be so unpredictable because there's so many new factors to it. We've been so used to having the same managers in charge of the same clubs for such a long period. To have so many changes in such a short time, it's going to be fascinating. It is going to be fascinating. But from those last kind of 5-6 games, maximum points. Let's go for it.
Fair play. I love the positivity. We've got to be entering this season. Chris, you teased me looking into that, but our record at Anfield is not great. Can you tell me the last time that we beat Liverpool at Anfield with fans? That's important, I think, when it comes to Liverpool. Now, for context, Liverpool versus Chelsea, 4th of March 2021. Mason Mount scored behind closed doors. Behind closed doors. You didn't get the Anfield crowd. So that is important. I think we have to remember when you play Newcastle and you're like, you've got to think the cauldron atmosphere. So with fans, when did we last beat them at Anfield in the Premier League?
Second season of Mourinho's second spell when Diego Costa scored.
You are a genius because you are spot on. You are spot on. It was a 2-1 victory on. I've just accidentally dropped it off. Bloody hell, where is it? I've lost it. Where is it? I've just had it. Oh, for fuck's sake. I literally had it. The Liverpool, there we go. 8th of... Yeah, because obviously we did it in 2018 in the League Cup. That doesn't count. Brendan Rodgers was in charge. Liverpool 1, Chelsea 2. Gary Cahill and Diego Costa scored that day.
Wow.
2014. It's been a long time since we beat Liverpool at Anfield with fans. Long time. My word, that's bad. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting because we've got to get top 5. And
like I said, we don't know what Liverpool are going to be like. I think this is one of the most intriguing Premier League seasons going into it because there's so many new managers, especially at the top clubs. Like almost all of the top clubs have got new managers.
Yeah, you're right.
Which is I don't think has ever happened before.
So Arsenal have still got their manager. Villa are going to keep theirs. You've got City on new manager. Technically, does Michael Carrick technically count? I don't, because he's
I would say so, because
full season, I suppose.
First full season, and it didn't have Europe last year.
Yes. Look at Newcastle. I mean, Manchester United should be more equipped for a European challenge, but expectations are now there, aren't they?
Exactly.
That's massive, absolutely massive. I took a step back, looked at what I think is the hardest month and the easiest month for Chelsea season. Of course, hardest month for me, it's December. I praised how it ended, but overall, like I said, Palace, Liverpool, City, Villa, Coventry, Ipswich, and of course, Liverpool, City, Villa. That's insane. 3 of last season's top 5 within 4 games. You've obviously got a potential Carabao Cup quarterfinal, so that could be quite big. Let's hope we should be doing well in these competitions. We have nothing else to focus on. So that's a strong December, isn't it? And if you get that December sorted, you're talking about Europe. So, and a poor December, everyone's questioning everything. The recruitment, the manager. Don't want to do it. Yeah. Here's a question. Will Chelsea still be in the title race by New Year's Day? I'm saying, you know what? I think Rob Sanchez will have had 10 clean sheets. We'll all be, everyone will be there going, Mike was so right. And I'll go, well, it's what it is. Just, my predictions for the World Cup were dreadful. But that New Year's Day.
I honestly do think, right, unless Arsenal somehow just click and perform better than they did season just gone and run away with the league. If they don't do that, I think you could be looking at New Year's Day and looking at maybe 3 points separating the top 6.
That'd be good, especially if we're in that top 6. That's the aim.
I don't see any team except Arsenal, because they're not in a period of change, is going to play in their favour, and the pressure's going to be off slightly because they've got over the line now and won a league. But aside from them, I don't think anyone else is going to be consistent. I think there's going to be ups and downs for everyone. I think everyone who's got a new manager will go through a period where they don't get results.
What do you think, Tom?
Well, I think if you look at this season, like you look at the mid-table teams and how competitive that the slots for Europe got. If you're then adding like Spurs back into that with De Zerbi, and you've got these other teams who are going to be Newcastle. They don't have Europe this year, so if history repeats itself, they would probably do better as well. And the last couple of months of the season, Arsenal weren't all that. People started to understand their set pieces, and we don't know what's going to change with set pieces, with the rules in corners and things like that. And, it's doing it. There's a reason why there's not many Premier League winners who've done it back to back. It's so getting up for it again is going to be difficult for them. So I kind of echo what Chris says. I think that top 8 it's going to be really, really close. It's definitely not going to be any kind of record-breaking seasons for points. In that, I just think it's going to be not that the standard's getting better, because I don't think it is, but I think the gap between the top and the bottom's much closer than it has been for a very long time.
True. The easiest month, I do have the easiest month, so we can all breathe and think, oh, you've had December. Oh, you know what happens? January is always hell, isn't it? You just think, shall I go to the gym? Shall I eat better? Shall I be more active? No, don't need to. There's football, because we've got Newcastle at home. So it's not at St. James's Park. You've got Palace, Sunderland, Leeds, and then Forest. That's January. You've got no Arsenal, no City, no Liverpool, no United, no Villa.
I don't mind that.
It's not easy. There are no easy games.
And a lot of that's in London as well, isn't it? We've got the 2 home games under the away game at Palace. So
exactly. Yeah. If we're serious about ambitions this season, whether it's top 5, maybe push top 3. Look, you've got to expect them to target somewhere between 10 and 13 points from those 5 fixtures. We have to.
I do think this year we have to take advantage of not being in Europe like Man United did. Because let's face it, the only reason Man United finished 3rd is because they didn't have Europe. They had 1 game a week. So they didn't have to rotate their team. They could put out the same players every game. They didn't have to worry about fatigue or managing minutes or any of that bollocks. Like, they could just put out their strongest team every Saturday. And that's why they finished 3rd, because it's not down to the quality in their squad, because their squad isn't very good. So we have to take advantage of that as well. If we don't finish top, I'm not saying top 5, I'm saying if we don't finish top 4 and top 4 relatively comfortably with no Europe, I worry.
Yeah. I'll throw it in. Antonio Conte's first season, he had no Europe. We know he's not a very Champions League manager, but the point is, in that season, we finished 1st, we broke records, we had that great winning streak. And then the next season, we had Europe and we finished 5th. We won the FA Cup, but we finished 5th. That's a drop off of 4 spaces before, obviously, technically it was still the same era when obviously Leicester had done their little fumble down the league a couple of seasons prior. But that's a big drop off, 4 spaces. And then obviously we got knocked out in the semi-finals to Arsenal in the League Cup, won the FA Cup against Man United, brilliant. But you see, Europe does make things more difficult. We've got to take advantage. And again, Alonso's got a brilliant setup here because his players are going to be on the training ground more. He doesn't need to worry about scouting the opposition midweek, because unless it's the League Cup, we don't play midweek. Exactly. Unless we do a stupid in-game season friendly. I can't imagine we'd do that, but I've just spoke about it now, and someone might be listening.
You've manifested it.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried. I don't like that. I don't like those. We don't need that nonsense. No. Are we confident? I mean, there's 38 games. Anything could happen.
I would say optimistic is the word that I would use. Not confident. No. I just want us to be feared again. I want teams to be worried to play Chelsea, because they're not at the moment. I want to see some attacking football and to be competitive. It's not much to ask.
No. Do you think, is it fair to say probably Tuchel we were feared?
Yeah, definitely.
As much as we praised. Go on, Chris.
I think at the minute, if I was stood in front of 2 doors, one was optimistic, one was pessimistic. I'm standing with my hand on the handle of the optimistic door, but I'm waiting to see who we sign before I open it.
Peeking through the window.
Signings are going to be key. I think, honestly, if we make 1 or 2 signings that we wouldn't have made last year in terms of age profile, maybe experience proven at a certain level, I think if we make 1 or 2 of them, I think the sort of optimism of the entire fan base goes up. If we sign fucking Somerville from West Ham, who have just got relegated, and then some centre-back from France who no one's ever heard of, I think everyone will start thinking, this is just going to be rinse and repeat.
I think that's the problem, isn't it? People are complaining online that we've not heard any rumours coming out. I'm like, that's not a bad thing.
That's good.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I agree.
One of the best signings, I would always bring this up, one of the best signings we've ever done, both actually on the pitch, and it was, but also the surprise. And I was like, oh my word, what? Cesc Fabregas. I remember that picture leaking of him holding the shirt, and I'm like, what? And then he was announced out of nowhere. We weren't rumoured, we weren't linked. It was just, boom, Cesc Fabregas is a Chelsea. I was like,
we did similar with Pedro.
Yeah, I don't need stuff leaked. It's great for engagement and everything else, but I don't need that. That doesn't help us, because then you also kind of go, we're going to put a bid in for ABC. We're in talks, and a rival club could go, Chelsea I'm going to make a bid now. We don't want that. We want to get in, get the player, get out. Like Maxi Rojo. I like him, but he's suddenly, we were linked. He's had a very good 2 games for Uruguay. He scored. That puts World Cup tax on his price tag. That's the problem. That's what you get. So I'm hoping Enzo balls out. I mean, obviously Argentina have won 2-0 tonight. I need Enzo to actually show up because add some more millions to that transfer fee, please.
Yeah, get that done. Any sales, just get them done, get them out, and just no, we don't have to worry about it. Just get rid.
Exactly. There we go. There's our fixtures, overreacted, analysed, and I'm sure all of that will happen, and all of it won't happen. Somewhere in between. So, you know what? I had an interesting Quaresma question actually, because it was about, as I've got it, was or Chia Robert. We'll call you Robert. Why do we buy potential superstars if we're just going to sell when they become real talent? Now, have we actually signed an actual potential superstar other than Esteval and then sold them? Because I wouldn't say Enzo would count when we do sell him because he was already pretty much.
Yeah, we haven't done a Brighton, have we?
No, he won a trophy.
He no one had heard of, and then sold him for 100 million.
He won that golden ball or whatever it is at the last World Cup. So he was hardly an unknown player. Like, well, he's got potential. No, he was one of the best at the World Cup.
I don't think we have done that. I think all of the players we've sold have actually, bang average players.
Even Cucurella. It's tough, isn't it?
Depends whether you're judging him on the last 18 months or the last 6 months.
I've got as well Mark Antoine and Anthony. Listen to every episode, but I've been falling behind lately, and just listen to the World Cup prediction one. Normally a huge fan of everyone on the show, but very harsh take on Canada. Glad we showed Chris and Ollie wrong in the Qatar game. Keep up the good work, boys. Go Canada and go Chelsea. Canada surprised. USA have surprised me, but we'll talk Canada first. I think Canada have shocked me. Didn't see that.
Because they beat Qatar.
Yeah, that's not overstate beating Qatar.
Another world powerhouse.
Yeah, but they at least looked good.
Qatar couldn't even win games at their own World Cup.
Yeah, that is true. Okay. USA though.
Didn't Qatar have 2 players sent off?
Yeah, that happened.
They did. Yeah, that does help as
well. Yeah. To be fair, it was 3-0 before the second red. So
yeah,
I'm not myself.
That changed the game then. So
dramatically. Sorry. Oh my word. Yeah. You know what? We'll end with a game, and I did say in the little survey that we'll switch it up on a Monday show, where obviously some people wanted to guess the player by their career path. And I said we'd rotate it with Sidwell's stamp collection, and since I said that, we've not done that. So I'm actually going to do it this time. So I did lie. I have confirmed, not allegedly, I lied, and I'm sorry. I will learn from this.
Well,
we'll move on.
I expect to see a statement on Instagram.
There will be. Yes, there will be. It will be written by generative AI, put out by my agent. And
on a plain black background in white text, please.
It's got to be absolutely.
So serious.
Yes, exactly.
I'll keep on the serious one. Can you do a not serious one where it's the referee doing after review?
and then obviously I will be pictured out shopping with a smile on my face, to which people will question, was I actually serious with said apology? It's just it's just the way. It's just the way. So yes.
Decision is red card.
For me, yes, I'm on. Right, today's theme. World Cup. Still the World Cup. Every player today has scored a hat-trick at the FIFA World Cup. And I am gonna go with, I was just about to say the player's name. My word, you can't. That's how it goes.
Well, if you could, that'd be great.
Oh, right. They start chime in when you think you might know who it is. So, first club, Newell's Old Boys. Newell's Old Boys. They then move to River Plate. Boca Juniors. Fiorentina. Roma.
Is it?
Oh, Chris is in.
Is it Gabriel Batistuta?
It is indeed. I was expecting you to get this because he then goes to Inter on loan and finishes his career at Al Arabi. He scored a hat-trick against Greece in 94 and Jamaica in 98. A double. Nice
what a player.
Double.
Incredible player.
Now, the next player started his career at FC Basel 2 before moving to FC Basel.
Shocker.
Yeah. Bit of an interesting move now. It goes to Bayern Munich. And then to Inter Milan. Moving to Stoke City.
Oh, is it Xherdan Shaqiri?
Xherdan Shaqiri, who goes to Liverpool,
wow.
Lyon, Chicago Fire, and finishes his career. We're still there now, FC Bar. I'd forgot he played for Liverpool. I'd actually totally forgot. To be fair, I forgot he played for Inter Milan.
Why.
Yeah, weren't great.
Shit, that's why. That's why.
We got another two. This particular player started their career at Leicester City. Leicester City, moving to Everton. They then go to Barcelona. So Leicester, Everton, Barcelona.
I do know this.
Oh God! Go on,
Chris,
just do it. Chris.
Who's the next club? Who's the next club?
After Barcelona.
Yeah. I want both clubs.
Spurs.
Spurs. Where does this player finish his career at?
Oh, I know who it is.
No idea.
Nagoya Grampus.
Oh, very nice.
This player scored a hat trick in 1986 against Poland. You know what? I'll let Tom have it. Who do you think it is?
Yeah.
Is it Gary Lineker?
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Answer the question.
Yes. Final player. River Plate started their career at River Plate. They then move to Real Madrid before moving to Napoli. They then go to Juventus. So they're at Juventus. They go on loan to AC Milan. They then go on loan to Chelsea. And they finish their career at Inter Miami. River Plate, Real Madrid, Napoli, Juventus, Milan on loan, Chelsea on loan, Inter Miami. I'm shocked no one has got this, actually.
I reckon Chris knows it and he's just being friendly.
No, I honestly
Wow.
don't.
River Plate, Real Madrid, Napoli, Juventus, Milan on loan, Chelsea on loan, Inter Miami. Chelsea on loan.
Higuain?
Yes, who scored a hat trick against South Korea in 2010. How did you... Higuain played 14 amazing games for us on loan. He's no Alex Pato.
Honestly, it was the Chelsea one that threw me off because I completely forgot he was ever there.
Remember, we were excited when we got him.
I know, what was we thinking though?
I mean, we didn't exist in that season, so we were all right. We didn't. No hot takes on that. But he came away with a Europa League winners' medal. Then he must have. Yeah, he must have, because he was part of the Europa League team. I mean, even though we picked him up in the January.
He didn't play though. Was he even in the squad for the final?
Well, it says here that he picked up a runners-up medal for the League Cup and also the Europa League. So yeah, he picked up. I have no memory of him ever playing in the. He's going to score in the final, isn't he? And I forgot all of it, and I feel like an idiot. Did he ever score a goal for us? No.
Yeah, he scored a couple. He scored a really nice goal at home. I think he was against Burnley.
I'm just looking. Was he on the bench? He was on the bench in the final. David Zappacosta, Ross Barkley, and Willian got ahead of him. Oh, Ross Barkley, the man who pre-season was designed for.
Yeah.
My word.
Or one FA Cup game against Liverpool.
Can you imagine a team, Ross Barkley pre-season form and Lockdown Pulisic in a team? Would be unstoppable. Unstoppable. Oh, my word. Right. Oh, listeners, we're at the end of another episode. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Tom, for your second appearance on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Amazing. Of course, proudly partner with Head in the Game, mental health charities in football, sport wellbeing, and community. You can find out more at headinthegame.co.uk. Treat yourself well. Look after each other. Check in with each other. We'll be back Thursday. We've got Keep So Loan starting. So that's going to be fun with goalkeepers and defenders. You already know where I'm going to angle with that. There is no doubt whatsoever. If you know me well enough.
Robert Sanchez it is.
Robert Sanchez and Wesley Fofana. We all know what's going there with me.
Can you imagine if you turn around and say sell Robert Sanchez? That'd be like the greatest heel turn ever.
It's not happening. I'm not doing the John Cena heel turn. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. It's not happening. But until then, that'll be us signing off. You've been listening to At The Bridge Pod, a Chelsea FC podcast. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram by searching for At The Bridge Pod. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, leaving us a review is always appreciated.